When I'm starting a portrait, the first thing I'm thinking about is proportions. Obviously it's not going to look like the person unless the proportions are correct, so I put on a charcoal sketch which you try to get the proportions as accurate as I can, and then they lay on some colours which will have a tonal value, light or dark, and I don't worry too much about perfecting those colours or getting a perfect harmony between those colours until I've got a lot of colour on and I can see them all together. And the thing I'm thinking about, obviously I want it to look like the person, but I really want, more than anything, it to reveal some part of their character. And I might not know the person very well, and I might only spend a short time with them, in this case just to gather a few photos. But during that time that I'm engaged with the person, the model, I'm really trying to take some of their character, try to understand their character at that moment in time, and get something that I'm going to use and feel as I'm painting. And with Salim, I saw a certain amount of dignity and proudness, his fantastic moustache there, and there was a strong look in his eye. So with that, there was a certain softness to him, so there's a balance there. As you can see now, I've got a lot of colour on there. It's not highly blended yet, and at this point I'm only sort of half thinking about the character of the person. I'm still really just working on getting a lot of information down, but as soon as I've got that down, then I'm wondering how I can tweak it all, soften colours, or maybe pull a colour out, sharpen an edge or soften an edge. And it's amazing how just a little bit of softening or sharpening around the eyes or the mouth or here and there, wherever, can suddenly change the feeling of the look of the person and give a different sense to them. And that's what I'm always doing, looking at that. That's the ultimate goal, looking at how I can get some feeling their character. So at this point now, although I'm putting on some fine details around the head there, any part of this picture could easily be changed. And I'm only putting this on just to sort of give myself a feeling of what it looks like at this point. It's not that any of these brush strokes, even though they're detailed, can't be changed. They will be almost certainly changed. I put stuff on, take it off all the time to see how it's going to look. And I can't tell until it's on whether I want it there or not. So I'm often just putting stuff on and taking it off, little bits of detail, and then I'll soften it back out again and remove that detail, and until I get this sort of balance that I think works. I've suggested here the pattern on the shirt just with a few brush strokes. Light and dark, of course, is the key to getting the volume of the head on the three-dimensional aspect of any picture. Here now, just softening out. And here's the final work where I've softened down the background. I thought it gave a softer look to his face, which I wanted very much. And yeah, I gave quite a strong look to the eyes, looking straight at me and quite strong, and that was something I felt important to his character as well. And of course that fabulous moustache. And that's the final portrait.